Welcome to part 10 of my journey through the history of Doctor Who, as I watch and review every episode of the show. In this part, I'm doing a review of the first season of Doctor Who. I'll give some of my thoughts on the season, rank the episodes, and show some of my favourite moments. Season 1 may be one of the best and most consistent seasons of the show, which is pretty incredible seeing as it had just launched and was still finding its footing. Only 2 episodes I rated lower than 8 out of 10. The Sensorites, which was 6.5, but still entertaining and worth a watch, and the sole dud of the season, which is 10,000 BC. Because of that, Season 1 ends up with an average rating of 8.4 out of 10. The format of the show at the time was very standardised. The TARDIS team goes from a historical Earth to an alien planet and back and forth. At the time, this mirrored the companion team, Barbara, the history teacher, and Ian, the science teacher. Something I'll do at the end of every season is do a quick episode ranking. You can listen to my more in-depth thoughts on each episode in my profile. Right at the bottom at number 9 is 10,000 BC, which is pretty rubbish, but the only episode in this season that I don't think I'd watch by itself. Next is the Sensorites, which by no means is bad, just average in a season which is filled by great episodes. We then go to the Reign of Terror, followed by the Keys of Marinus, Marco Polo, then the Daleks. My top 3 episodes of Season 1 are number 3, The Edge of Destruction, a pure sci-fi 2-parter set entirely on the TARDIS, which greatly develops the relationship of the TARDIS team. It has a fantastic atmosphere of not knowing what's going on and some great incidental music. Number 2, An Unearthly Child. What can I say? This was the episode which began it all, filled with mystery and wonder. Imagine what it would have been like to watch this episode when it aired and see Ian stumble into a small police box only to find a huge cavernous console room.
Don't you think you're being rather high-handed, young man? You thought you saw a young girl into the yard. You imagine you heard her voice. You believe she might be in there. It's not very substantial, is it?
But why won't you help us?
I'm not hindering you. If you both want to make fools of yourselves, I suggest you do what you said you'd do. Go and find a policeman.
Or you nip off quietly in the other direction.
Insulting. There's only one way in and out of this yard. I should be here when you get back. I want to see your faces when you try to explain away your behavior to a policeman.
Nevertheless, we're going to find one. Come on, Barbara.
What are you doing out there?
She is in there! Close the door, please! But, Barbara, what do you like?
And finally, my favourite episode of Season 1, The Aztecs. To me, this is a perfect Doctor Who episode. The TARDIS team are all doing something different and interesting. There's a moral dilemma for Barbara trying to stop the human sacrifices, and one of my favourite villains in the show, Tlatoxel. The season also has some fantastic cliffhangers, including the Doctor betraying the French rebels.
Bull is worse than the devil in hell.
Here they are.
Lemaitre.
Your friend has betrayed us.
The reveal of the Sensorites.
Doctor.
And the legendary cliffhanger of Barbara getting confronted by a Dalek. My favourite moments for each of the TARDIS crew this season are, for the Doctor, his accidental engagement to Kameka in the Aztecs.
Was ever such a potion brewed? In bliss is quenched my thirsty heart.
Very prettily put, my dear.
Oh, sweet favored man. You have declared your love for me, and I acknowledge and accept your gentle proposal.
For Susan, her chat to the Doctor about wanting to belong somewhere in the Sensorites, which is something to keep in mind for what happens next season.
When will we get back, Grandfather?
I don't know, my dear. This old ship of mine seems to be an aimless thing. However, we don't worry about it, do we? Do you?
Sometimes I feel I'd like to belong somewhere. Not just be a wanderer. Still, I'm not unhappy.
Good, good.
For Ian, when he nobly declines to take advantage of the Thals and the Daleks.
We have a ready-made army here, the Thals. They're strong, and they have one great advantage against the Daleks. They can move so much more quickly.
They have one great disadvantage. They have no arms or ammunition.
Well, that's all right, young man. The mind will always triumph. With me to lead them, the Thals are bound to succeed.
The Doctor's right. Ian, can't you see? If only we can get the Thals to attack the city, we could beat the Daleks and get the link
That's
back.
just common sense. Young lady, I've been underestimating you.
I will not allow you to use the Thals to fight for us.
Are you challenging me?
Yes, I am.
Do I have any say in this?
Of course you do.
Well, I think the Doctor's right, and I want to get out of here.
I am sorry. I'm not having anyone's death on my conscience.
And for Barbara, when she outsmarts Clitoxel's assassination attempt in The Aztecs.
Clitoxel, you do believe me to be a Tuxer?
I shall proclaim you when we stand together before the people.
Then I would have you perform one small service. For as I prove my faith in you, so must you prove yours to me.
Tell me quickly that I may obey and all the past be forgotten.
Drink first.
What?
Drink it! So this is your friendship. You defile this temple. Get out of my sight. Go!
So those are my thoughts on Season 1, an absolutely fantastic beginning to my journey through the show, and its quality is clearly a reason for the show's staying power. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts on Season 1 are, if you think I missed anything or if you disagree with my thoughts. I'd love to know what everyone's favourite episode of the season is. Also let me know if you have any questions for me or if there's anything you'd like me to change about my reviews. It's my first time doing any content like this, so I'm still learning how to do it in a way that I can be informative and have the time to do it all. See you next time for the beginning of Season 2, starting off with The Planet of Giants.